All right, welcome back to Twin Peaks, everybody. We're going to go through a quick, brief orientation of your fundamentals, your grip, your stance, your posture, your club position, and your alignment. These are important fundamentals. I'm going to kind of go through it in a pre-shot routine so that as you go through and you're executing each fundamental, if you do it in a routine, you're able to kind of erase each thing as you do it. So by the time you get ready to hit the golf ball, you're no longer thinking about each individual thing. You're ready to go ahead and execute the swing that you're trying to make relative to the target and the shot you're trying to produce. So first, we always start with grip, how you want to hold the club. The big key to the grip is taking your left heel pad, which is right here, your left heel pad, and getting it up on top of the club. So many people misunderstand this and misrepresent this to think that this is their heel pad. It's actually where the star is. If you put the heel pad up on top of the club, you have leverage at the end of the golf club and your hand is not hanging off the club. You're able to support the club with one finger and the club's not going to come out of your hands, nor is it going to slide out of your hands at the top of your swing. So many people, when they first learn, grip the club comfortably on the side and the club tends to then come out of their hands. So we want to grip the club with our left heel pad up on top of the club with our left thumb going more or less down the center, maybe the right center of the top of the club. Okay? That's how that's going to work with the left hand. The right hand's going to come on. How you put your hands together, that's completely up to your own comfort level. You can interlock them, you can overlap them with that pinky, okay, or you can just use a 10 finger. I've taught all sorts of different golfers who use all sorts of different variations of how they link them together or don't even link them together at all. I myself do an interlock. Again, that's up to you. What's important is that as you place the palm of the right hand over the left thumb, the right thumb comes over, touches the right index finger, and is very relaxed. I teach a very neutral grip, and what a neutral grip means is that the club face is not going to be affected or altered by the way you hold the club. It's going to stay in a square position. You can teach a strong grip, which will close the club face during the swing, and you can teach a weak grip, which will open the club face. I teach a neutral grip to keep the club at right angles to the target line. So to show the neutrality of the grip, you can see that the right thumb touching the index finger forms a V between your thumb and forefinger. That V more or less goes right to the middle of your body, okay? And that's going to show you a neutral grip. When you're watching the golf on TV, take a look how many neutral grips you see. Sometimes you don't see neutral grips, you see a strong grip in which both V's tend to go off towards your right shoulder. Very rarely do you see a weak grip because that produces an open club face, and as we've talked about before, we don't need to hit it right on purpose. So I teach a neutral grip, so that's going to be what your grip's going to look like. As you step in, we're going to cover club position, alignment, and stance all at the same time as you step in. So you enter moving straight on with the ball with your belly button at right angles to the ball, and you set the club right behind the golf ball. Once the club is in and lined up to your target, then your left foot comes in. You want to position the club head more or less in the center of your stance because when the club head's in the center, your shoulders are parallel to the target line. When your shoulders are parallel to the target line, with each and every club, the club tends to go back straight and consistent on the same path. That's going to help you with consistency. If you move the club around in your stance, every time you move it, you're changing your shoulder alignment. Every time you change your shoulder alignment, you're changing departure and return with the club. When you watch golf on TV, this is one of those things again as amateur golfers, when you watch golf on TV, everyone thinks that the club with the driver should be way up here or way up here. But when you watch on TV, walk up to your TV screen, draw a line from the club back to the individual's feet, you can't believe how much of the club head is directly in the center of the stance. So that's a misnomer that a lot of people are operating under. So back to what we're talking about with the setup. Club head in, left foot, right foot. With most of your irons, you're going to have your feet about shoulder width. With the driver, you might be a little outside shoulder width. Club head's in the center. Shoulders are now parallel to the target line. And the last thing you're going to work on in your fundamentals is your posture. So many people will tend to slouch, maybe bend their knees too much. I like just unlocked knees. We kind of stick our backside out a little bit, straighten up our back a little bit. That's going to help us to make a very nice coiled backswing from an athletic starting position. That is a very quick fundamental setup, but that covers your grip, your stance, your club position, your posture, and your alignment all in one. Big key with the alignment, always align the club head up first to your target. Once the club head is lined up, then line your feet up. So many people, if you ask them, what do you line up first, the club head or their feet, they're going to say their feet. And when you line your feet up first, you will be lining the club head up to the right because you're lining your feet up relative to the target. You want to line the club head up first so that the club head where the ball is lined up at right angles to the target. With any more tips or helpful instruction, please come see us at Twin Peaks. Thank you very much.
Visit golflongmont.com today and book your tee time online for any of our 3 beautiful City of Longmont golf courses, including Sunset, Twin Peaks, and Ute Creek.